Holly, thank you for being with us. Give our listeners like a thumbnail sketch of you and your background and your interests.
I'm a Kashmiri Norwegian.
Interesting combination.
Yes. My parents migrated to Norway in 1970 from Kashmir. And actually, I've been working for human rights issue since 1992. Because of this this issue, I have been meeting a lot of people in Parliament, in Norwegian Parliament and other places. I want to tell you the very brief story about how did I get involved. I mean, I used to say that as a Muslim, I may have some reservations with Christians, but I have absolutely no problem with Jesus, right? So that was the beginning, and I'm very happy and very glad that I found him. He's a good friend of mine, and because of him, I found you.
So you have a passion not only for your faith, but also for Kashmir, of your origin, especially your parents' origin. You're a full Norwegian now.
Yes.
And you're a passport holder in Norway, but you still have a heart for the potential future Kashmir. And by the way, I had the privilege of visiting Kashmir on the Pakistani side anyway, back some years ago when Musharraf was first taken over power. Congressman Joseph Pitts of Pennsylvania and I went to see Musharraf, and we talked about Kashmir a bit. We prayed together first, by the way, with Musharraf, and told him about the prayer group and invited him to be part of a prayer team, and he was very impressed by that. And he and Joseph Pitts became friends for many years after that. So the spiritual connect with Congressman Pitts and Musharraf was really powerful. So we got in a helicopter and flew to Kashmir and made some speeches to the people and talked to some of the leaders and some of just the average people on the streets, and found it very fascinating. Can you give us just a minute or two of your thinking about Kashmir and what you would like to see for the future Kashmir and how you hope to get there?
First of all, I want to say that I'm very glad that Joseph Pitts is very much involved in Kashmir issue. Kashmir issue, it's not actually a complicated issue. We have United Nations Security Council resolutions on Kashmir giving the right to the people of Kashmir to make their own decisions, whether they want to become part of India, Pakistan, or an independent nation. Unfortunately, this right has been denied by the government of India. It's no doubt that it's a democracy, the largest democracy of the world. But when it comes to Kashmir, everything ends. Me and my wife, we have been working voluntarily for Kashmir issue since 1992. And we have been able to involve the Norwegian government. We have been able to involve the humanitarian organizations. We have been able to set up a Kashmir committee in the Norwegian Parliament, where Lars Rice, he was the first chairman of this committee, and now a deputy speaker of the Parliament who is heading this committee.
So here's the thought, Holly. All the politics and the human rights abuses and communicating that's very effective. And that's what you've been doing your whole life. And part of what this Bridges mission is about is trying to find a new paradigm, a new way of approaching conflicts such as the Kashmiri conflict. You say it rests in the United States. Well, really, it may, but it really rests in India, doesn't it, to a great degree, in Pakistan and the Kashmiri people themselves. So many would argue, like in Israel and Palestine, many would argue we need to have a political solution, and ultimately they do. But how does one get to a political solution when there's enmity over use? How many years now?
61 years.
61 years. Hatred, bitterness, mistrust, and enmity.